So in order to keep a healthy vagina, you can um, insert one 500 milligram of golden seal inside the vagina, and also take a 500 milligram for 1 week. You can also do Trifala. Trifala is also good for the vagina, but you want to take it by mouth. That's going to keep your digestive tract in order, because if the digestive tract is not in order, then you're not going to be able to have a healthy vagina, because then you're going to get constipated. So once again, we're back on constipation. We're back on keeping the colon clean. But the Trifala, you want to do 500 milligrams. I would say take one in the morning and one at night before bed, to keep your digestive system on track, to keep your vagina clean. Vitamin E. Vitamin E can go inside the vagina before bed. What I mean by that, just taking it and rubbing it on the vagina. I'm giving you options here. Um, you can do the garlic clove once a week, or you can do it once a month. Now, BV. BV, the best thing for BV, which is bacteria vaginosis, which is it's like a smelly thing going on, like a fishy odor. It comes from, you get it from stress though. So with BV, you could do acidophilus, one capsule inside the vagina at night before bed, and also you can take acidophilus. So you want to do this probably about a week. I would just say 5 days. Um, and you want to do acidophilus, I would say 3 times a day. Let's see here. And you want to also always do a good probiotic. Now, the acidophilus is a probiotic. Let's see, what else do we have for BV? Yeah, and you want to also do Cascara sagrada. Cascara sagrada is a natural laxative and a good it keeps the colon cleansed out. So do Cascara sagrada and the Trifala together. So Trifala in the morning. I would say one Trifala in the morning, and before bed, one Trifala and one Cascara. Okay, Cascara stops the colon from being congested. And when the colon is congested, once again, it causes BV and yeast infections. When the colon lays on the uterus, it causes infections. So we have to understand what really causes yeast infections. We have to understand how to help our yeast infections, and you want to stop from getting yeast infections. Uh, I also want to go over toxic sperm. I'm going to tell you how to know when you have toxic sperm. Uh, a man's sexual function will be low. His sexual drive will be low. He will have erectile dysfunction. He will have pain and swelling. He's going to have a very foul, fishy odor to his sperm. Sometimes a woman, we think it's us that's smelling fishy, and it's not. It's the man, because he has toxic sperm. Okay, so don't be so quick to all the time. You want to run out and get something because you think you have BV when it's him all the time. And a lot of times, the doctors will mistaken it for BV just because it smelled fishy. But what it is his old toxic sperm inside your vagina. A good smelling sperm smells like ammonia, kind of bleachy, may smell like chlorine, because 1%, a man is it's only 1% of sperm. Okay, 99% of that we think that sperm is, 99% are other compounds and enzymes and proteins, but only 1% is sperm. Okay, and last but least, I want to give you some supplements. Uh, let's see here, that you can take to keep a healthy womb and healthy vagina. I have black walnut, carrot oil, cayenne pepper for sure, garlic, figs, leeks, This is some food as well. Onions, papaya, plums, pomegranates, pumpkin seeds, raw pumpkin seeds, radishes, raw sesame seeds I had. Um, and as far as the um, herbs and things like that, well, not herbs, but the seasonings, tarragon. What else can you use? Garlic, red bird pepper, basil, sage, fennel seeds. I'm not sure if I said tarragon. Mother's wort. There's tons and tons and tons of seasonings that you can use on your food that will also keep a healthy vagina. One a few more things that you can also do to keep the vagina in a good pH balance. I'm going to tell you first of all what starts a horrible um, upset vagina. Meat, things that's dead, things that's not alive, milk, dairy, all cheeses, um, white flours, anything white, even white rice, antibiotics, contraceptives. All of these things cause discharge, causes burning, causes a upset vagina. And then when we start taking things from the doctor to stop our vaginas from being sick, sometimes we tend to get uterine cancers and things of that sort. What you want to look for is when the discharge is green or brown, that's not a good sign. When you are in menopause and you've been in menopause, let's just say it's been 7, 8 years, and you start back bleeding, it could possibly be uterine cancer. You want to go get that checked. I truly, strongly suggest for every woman to always try to do preventive uterine cancer regimens. That means just cancer, period. Okay, you want to do an overall cancer remedy so that you can try to ward off cancer any type of way in the vagina. Um, we have to also be careful with the fish that we eat, because there is not any good fish anymore. Okay, now the wild caught fish is supposedly is the best. Okay, but it's too many things in the ocean, like metals and um, poisons and aluminum and all sorts of things that once we eat it, women, it goes straight to the womb. Okay, and this is what causes the vagina to be upset. This is what causes the vagina to um, have discharge. This is what causes the vagina to get urinary tract infections. You want to also do baking soda in your water. Okay, baking soda in the water can also keep E. coli from your intestines and causing a UTI, because sometimes when you get a UTI, you get what? Yeast infection afterwards. Okay, um, so we want to try to keep things like that as far away from our vaginas as possible. You want to also do grapeseed extract that fights bacteria in the womb, in the uterus, and it also fights bacteria in the bladder. Okay, um, vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams a day, just 1,000 milligrams a day. Um, oil of oregano that fights E. coli. Oil of oregano, you want to probably do 1 drop in 8 ounces of water, probably for 5 days, and then stop. You want to do that on a monthly basis. Cranberry juice is also good to keep the vagina cleansed. You want to do unfiltered cranberry juice, okay? And when you do the unfiltered cranberry juice, you want to also swallow a vitamin C pill down with it, okay? That is going to detox the vagina in a very good way as well. Also, always empty the always empty the bladder right before sex and then right after sex, because what happens is when you have a full bladder and you go and have sex, it causes infections inside the vagina. It causes a it can cause yeast infections. It can cause BV, because BV also comes from what? Stress. Your vagina can be stressed, not the mind, but the vagina can be stressed. So if you put all this stress on the vagina, like having sex with the full bladder, that's a lot of stress on the womb. And then if the womb is sick, what? The vagina is sick. Now, also, if you're having like heavy periods, because I hear this a lot, if you're having heavy periods, cinnamon will subside heavy bleeding. It will also rejuvenate the womb. It will rejuvenate the vagina. You want to do, I would say, like 1/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, like in your teas. You can make it as a tea. Put some manuka honey in it, stir it up. And the manuka honey is also going to rejuvenate the body and your immune system, which is going to have you to have a great vagina. Shepherd's purse. Shepherd's purse and sage tea. Do it 3 times a day. And vitamin D. Vitamin D, you want to do that, I would say 1,000 milligrams once a day. All these regimens that I have given you helps rejuvenate the vagina, help the vagina stay rejuvenated. So when we go into our next class on vaginas, because, you know, this never ends. It just never ends with vaginas, because we're going to have vaginas forever. There is no ending to vaginas, and we have to take care of our vaginas so that we won't have to come into we have to take care of our wombs. It starts from the womb. It starts from the colon, the womb, then the vagina. So it starts with the defected colon, a toxic colon, and then from the toxic colon you go to a toxic womb. From a toxic womb you go to a what? A toxic vagina. Okay, and all 3 of them things is just a domino effect. Okay, and we want to first, like in the beginning of this video, I told you guys how to keep the colon clean. So I'm going to do another video on just straight recipes for the colon, so that you'll know how to keep the colon clean, to keep the immune system built. Once the immune system is built, what? You have a great womb, and you have a great uterus, and you have a great vagina. Okay, so I hope everyone enjoyed this, and just stay tuned for the next video. What I want you guys to do, I want people to, this is a little homework. I want you guys to research. I want you guys to come up with remedies for a clean colon. I want you to come up with a recipe, an alkaline recipe, and an alkaline drink to keep the vagina and the womb clean. I want you to come up with a bath regimen to keep the vagina healthy. And I also want you to come up with a herb to keep a healthy sperm count. And that is homework, okay? And what you can do as far as your homework, when you get this, the answers, whatever you feel that your answer should be. Because I've given you some, so I want you to take what I've given you and incorporate it with other things that you feel that can help, and inbox me that. Okay, inbox me what you have come up with. This is how you learn. This is how you learn from your mistakes. Okay, so this is how you learn. If it's not right, I will tell you in the inbox. So I would say let's work on this. This is a lot because you should be giving me a lot when you inbox me back. So we're going to say this will be due, I would say today is the 22nd. Let's just say it's going to be due February the 22nd. Okay, so that you can have enough time. Okay. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And for now, peace and blessings.